The Kaien wave finally crashed over the community on Thursday, and fans have wanted answers for days. Kaien fans around the world jumped for joy at the news, though don't worry, I didn't pull anything. There was some confusion at first between whether the character was going to be Aranjero or Kaien, but I had assumed it was the latter, and I could think of 8 reasons why. Personally, I'm a little sad they ended up choosing Kaien, but I guess it'll just have to do. I would have preferred Aranjero instead, but I'll just have to go with the flow and main Kaien anyways. We still don't know if he'll have any unique animations, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. When it comes to these character trailers, things always get a bit murky, but I'll try and do my best to filter out what I can for you and make it clear. Similar to Hallibell recently, Kaien also has a gauge, but it seems like this one acts a bit more similarly to Yamamoto's when filled. By landing Kaien's signature move, or SP2, Kaien will enter a state where his number of hits, damage, and guard damage are increased, making him even stronger. I'm always a big fan of Void Fiend mechanics, but unlike Risk of Rain, the true Monsoon here is his SP1, which is designed to exploit gaps in your strings, effectively making him impermeable. I think this move is going to be what really separates the good Kaiens from the bad ones, apart from the basics of course, since the good Kaiens will learn every little gap they can exploit and interrupt well. If that turns you off a bit from wanting to play Kaien, I'm sorry you can't be one of us, but I assure you there's plenty of fish in the sea. I'd go a little more in depth on the trailer, but I think it'd be a waste of your time. Your recommended is probably flooded with dozens of breakdown videos already. In other news you might not have heard, the system specs were finally revealed on the website the other day. It looks like most people are going to coast by just fine, though the video card requirement is pretty dense, so I'd recommend waiting before diving in on that upgrade until prices drop back below sea level. I know a lot of folks will be playing on PC, but as usual there's a decent chance that Steam port could get a bit choppy, so be wary before you buy. Recently, Globku sent ripples through the community during his reaction to the special trailer after making some scalding remarks about Kaien's place on the roster, coming under pressure once again for pretending that he knows anything about Bleach. Fortunately, he's projected to make a full recovery and will likely be casting his net once again to skim views from the people who actually know what they're talking about. Though, speaking of scalds, Kaien is very hot, so I imagine that all of the Kaien fangirls were left soaked. I wouldn't worry though, your chair couldn't have been much wetter than 4GB's eyes were running from Makai faster than he could say what yo. Though nothing solid has surfaced yet, there's been chatter of leaks floating around the community after copies of Rebirth of Souls were spotted out in the wild. Someone claiming to possess real copies has been dropping pics and baiting us with the prospect of getting the roster leaked. Someone did apparently pay real money to receive a copy, so we're currently waiting to see whether the roster will leak or if he's gonna take the money and run off. If at this point you still think this video is a comprehensive breakdown of Kaien, that's honestly not even my fault anymore, and I want to ask if you also know how to breathe. I'm going to stop now because I think if I write any more lines about water, I might actually drown. If you somehow enjoyed this video, I'm sorry, and you should probably log out and seek help, though if you want to sink even lower, you can leave a like and subscribe and maybe even a comment. My name is Seth, and thank you for watching. Peace.